Another big old piece of news that got revealed, I definitely wanted to talk about, is Jason Momoa playing Lobo in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Now this actually got me excited for a multitude of reasons. For one, it's kind of wild, because now we know Jason Momoa is in the DCU, but he's not playing Aquaman. If you guys remember back when James Gunn took over, he then decided to have a meeting with anyone who was still in the DCU and talk about where their future could lie in the future of his DCU. And when Jason Momoa had his meeting, he walked out happy and so excited. The man was bouncing off the walls, and I don't think you bounce off the walls like that if you just got told you're staying as Aquaman, and we're giving you a third movie. Like, that's not really bounce off the wall time. No, it's because he found out then, and it's confirmed now that he will be playing Lobo in James Gunn's DCU, a dream role that Jason Momoa has been wanting to play for a very long time. It's also a pretty popular character amongst comic book fans that they've been wanting to see on the big screen. He's a bounty hunter in space with this motorcycle, has a really big and at times funny personality. And Jason Momoa was always, like, the #1 pick to play him. 'Cause just put a photo side by side. That is Lobo, and even an extra little cherry on top. Lobo being part of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Tom King, the original comic book writer who wrote Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, that the movie is based on, he has said previously in interviews he wanted Lobo to be part of that comic book story. An editor stopped that from happening, and it didn't go through. And now in the movie adaptation, Tom King gets his wish of making Lobo part of that story. Some fans even took it a step further. Now that Lobo will be part of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Lobo in the comics sometimes does have a dog. And we know Krypto plays a part in the Supergirl story. It'd be so funny now if we got Lobo's dog and Krypto fighting each other on the big screen. So that honestly just raises my excitement even more for Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. But the thing I'm now most happiest, Jason Momoa is no longer Aquaman. Yeah, baby, there is an argument to be made. Jason Momoa turned the character of Aquaman into a cool character. Before Aquaman was one of the only DCEU movies to make $1 billion. He was the laughingstock of the DC universe. He was the constant butt end of a joke, and anytime anyone thought of Aquaman, they just laughed at him. And well, I like to thank more James Wan than anybody else that helped turn Aquaman into a somewhat serious, enjoyable character. I know he saved the Jason Momoa interpretation for me, because I was never a fan of him in the Zack Snyder movies. I am so happy now. This will be one of the characters that will get recast and kind of redone for James Gunn's DCU, and the ultimate proof is going to be when we watch him as Lobo. And his personality is exactly the same as it was when he was Aquaman. That's going to be the only argument I need when showing off to people. He was actually a good Aquaman. Chris, you're being crazy. I'ma show you one see Aquaman. I'ma show you one see the Lobo. And you're not going to tell the difference as Jason Momoa ends up always kind of playing himself, the big, loud, excited my man guy, which is perfect for Lobo. I didn't think it was perfect for Aquaman. I always joked around. I would have rather have seen Patrick Wilson, who plays Orm in those movies Aquaman. If you take away some of the evil traits of that character, his demeanor, his love for Atlantis, and his physical form, like that was just Aquaman. So part of me is happy. We are going to get a new Aquaman somewhere down the line, and Jason Momoa gets to play a character he's always wanted to. We're all happy, and I feel like this also is now definitively, Amy, DCU characters are not returning as main players in James Gunn's DCU. It's been a long couple of years of us wondering who's staying, who's leaving. Because James Gunn's new universe is so mix-mashy of people carrying over and people getting replaced. Seems like as time goes on, James Gunn is just more likely doing the replacement of everybody, as long as they weren't characters he created. I'm good with this. I want to throw off to you guys. How do you feel about Jason Momoa now being part of the DCU, not being Aquaman? And, well, now who would you want to play Aquaman in the DCU?